Hi guys, okay, so this will be the last video I do today, only because I'm pretty sure my boyfriend's going to be like, why are you doing so many videos? Okay, so again, I'm using my sister as a guinea pig. I find it easier to put makeup on others to demonstrate things than to put it on myself, but I'll probably end up doing a lot more on myself later on. So I already put the foundation on her because it took me a little time to do that because I wasn't sure exactly what her color mixtures were gonna be. But I used a foundation primer. I like using that because, for example, with the e.l.f. cosmetics, like somebody I was watching earlier said they don't really stick, and it's true, they don't really stick, like if you're sweating, whatever the case is. So I like to use a primer to just help it last longer. It's from Laura. I don't know if you guys can see the brand right there. And I also used, well, I'll give you the order. I used the e.l.f. concealer, the e.l.f. foundation, and the e.l.f. brush. And I used their brushes, e.l.f.'s brushes. I used the Total Face brush, and I used the professional bronzing brush. And I mean, people use it for the blush. Um, However, I also added some bronzer. It's from Rimmel London. You guys can see it. Oop, you guys can see it there. It's a natural bronzer. I actually bought that in Florida when I went down south. She had a mosquito bite right on her forehead, and so I used Clinique's quick concealer, which I think is awesome. And instead of using it just using the applicator, and instead of using a concealer brush, I find it a lot easier if you just like dab it with your finger. I don't know, it kind of just blends it in more. So what I wanted to do on her, now that she has her foundation set, is I wanted to do the Punk Funk from the e.l.f. Cosmetics line on her eyes. I love bright colors. I tend to wear a lot of bright colors when I go out, and I think it looks cool on her because I've done it before. Now, the quad brings four different colors. It brings the white, blue, purple, and pink. Now, you can't really appreciate the pink on the webcam, but it's like hot pink. I don't know if you guys noticed one of the applicators was used. I don't really use those. I use their brush. I didn't figure out brushes till I was a little older, but they work so much better. This is e.l.f.'s eyeshadow brush, and I need to buy more of these because they're just awesome. So let me just turn the camera to her since you guys are going to be focusing on her, and I'm just going to show you guys exactly what I'm going to do. First I'm going to start off by applying the white eyeshadow to the top part of her brow, and I'm going to start from the inside. Close your eye. From the inside, going out, and just keeping it, trying to keep it darker up top, or heavier on the top part here. You can add it all over if you want. Okay. Now I'm not gonna use all four colors. The colors I want to use are pink and purple. I'm gonna call it cotton candy, and yes, that is something I'm stealing from Doris. Shout out to Doris. She's a good friend of mine. She's another makeup fiend. And when I say fiend, I mean fiend. So, I'm gonna add a little more white. The reason why I'm adding more white is because she's 9, so she doesn't do her eyebrows yet. But it's just gonna help give her eyebrow a little more contour. Um, so now we're going to add the pink. I suggest you add the pink first, and then the purple because the pink is lighter. And if you don't stop the faces, we're gonna have to stop the video. But yeah, she's making faces, you guys. Anyways, I would suggest you add the pink first, only because the purple is obviously darker. Now, you can decide, how heavy you want it. but I usually like to really go all out with that pink. I think it's a very pretty color. I like pink, by the way. You'll catch on to that. Okay. Now, you're going to take the purple. And you have to be very careful when you do this, because if you add too much, and you start spreading it, it'll just turn into like this black eye looking thing. You don't want that. So you're just gonna start by dabbing it on lightly. Close your eye. Right in this, at the end of the eyebrow where the crease ends. I'm working it into the crease. Gonna add a little more. Close your eye. Now the reason why I like this purple is because it mixes well with the pink, but you could also add a darker purple if you wanted, which I have done and it looks pretty good. Okay. This color, the pink, also looks awesome with, instead of purple, like a neon type of green. Okay, and now what you're gonna do is you're gonna want to take your eyeliner brush, which is this one. You can tell it's dirty. Well, it's not really dirty, it's tinted because I use it a lot, but there's nothing on there. And you're gonna take the purple and you're going to line the eye, look up at the bottom with the purple. Now, she's an awesome model because she has these nice big eyes, so you don't have to worry about pretty much making them disappear. Some people, like myself, have smaller eyes, and you have to be very careful where you put the eyeliners, how thick you make them, because you can make the eye look really small. Okay, now I have the pink on here, and I'm going to put it towards the inner part of her eye. Look up of her bottom lid. Look up. I really do love this color. I'm just going to add on a little more purple. Look up. Just blend it in a little. Be careful not to get it in your eye, because it'll really irritate your eye. And like myself, I wear contacts, and that's not the greatest thing. So I'm going to go back to my eyeshadow brush. Remember I added the white up here? I like to add the white afterwards, right in this, by the tear duct. Only because if I put it before I put the pink and purple, before I put the pink, then it doesn't really show. But look towards this way, right here. But the reason why, and close your eye. The reason why I add it afterwards is because then you can see it more. It's more noticeable because it lies on top of the pink. And depending on your preference, you can either blend it in or just have it more noticeable. Okay, open. Now, her eye is turning a little pink. She's not used to having her makeup done often. But for some people who actually have like pinker eye, sometimes you can add white or silver to the bottom eye line right here. And for her, I'm gonna do silver, only because if I do white, it'll make her eye look wider, and I don't really want that. This one, I forgot to tell you guys, sorry, is also by Rimmel London. You guys can see it.